Welcome back, guys, to Phoenix Wright Dual Destinies, as Apollo and Athena continue to investigate the circumstances of older man QB's death, and we've come to QB Lane to speak more to Jinxie, who was withholding information about why she was so certain that Tenma Taro did it, in fact denying it entirely. However, we've wrestled a new conversation option out of her, so we continue to investigate. Tenma Taro did it? Why do you think Tenma Taro is the killer? I saw him in my own eyes. Tenma Taro was right there in the manor. He escaped his prison and ran right by me. What? Jinxie, tell us everything you saw. I called the police after I stumbled on the scene. I was just about to head back to the festival grounds when I saw Tenma Taro. He was right around here. He was running right at me. I was paralyzed with fear, but there was no one around to help me. Ugh. The foul beast raced right by me toward the foyer. Toward the foyer? Mr. Filch and Mr. L'Belle were supposedly in the foyer at the time. That means they would have seen Tenma Taro too. Sounds like we better get their statements. Considering Jinxie's mental state, her eyes could have been playing tricks on her. Apollo, remember the picture in this paper? Someone caught Tenma Taro flying through the air. I wonder if it's the same Tenma Taro Jinxie says she saw. Don't be ridiculous. Tenma Taro is the killer, and he can fly too. Okay then, well, tell us more. Tell us more about the Amazing Ninetails as well. Jinxie works at the Alderman's Manor, so maybe she can shed some light on this. So no one knows the Amazing Ninetails' true identity? Uh-huh. They say no one's ever seen him without his mask. Doesn't that make you want to know even more? Uh-huh. That's why matches where wrestlers try to expose their opponent are so popular. Wait. You mean expose as in strip them naked? No, it's take off their mask. God, learn. Yeah! You even think like a demon! The only thing the winner removes is the loser's mask. To have your mask torn off is the worst humiliation a wrestler could suffer. So very much on the rules of Lucha Libre. That's why their masks are more important to them than life itself. So you see, these unmasking matches are life and death battles for the wrestlers. That means this mask didn't just happen to wash up along the riverbank. There's got to be a story behind it. No one can stop the Amazing Ninetails! But she'd be shocked to find out he's really the Alderman. Alright, the Tenma Taro you saw. Give us more details. About the yokai you saw at the scene of the crime. Anything else stand out? Actually, I heard this strange jangly sound. A jangly sound? Can you be a little more specific? My memory's kind of fuzzy. But I vaguely recall seeing Tenma Taro holding a staff or something like that. Oh, the ones with the rings on it? Maybe that's what was making the strange sound. Does Tenma Taro usually carry a staff? Good question. I've never heard anything like that, and it's not shown on the scroll. How about in other documents? Any of them show Tenma Taro with a staff? This is the only known document depicting Tenma Taro. After all, those who needlessly depict the demon are forever cursed. Then what's the deal with the Tenma Taro you saw, Jinxie? The Yokai Legend Scroll has been updated. The sole document showing what Tenma Taro looks like. It seems those who foolishly choose to depict the demons are cursed. Jinxie's statement has also been added to the court record on top of that. Jinxie's eyewitness account of the demon in the hallway near the crime scene. She said it fled toward the foyer. Why didn't you tell me you saw Tenma Taro earlier? Actually, Mr. L'Belle told me not to tell. Mr. L'Belle? Papa's aide. Oh, right. The other guy who was supposedly in the foyer at the time of the crime. And what exactly did he tell you? Keep the village superstitions in mind before you go talking about seeing Tenma Taro at the time of the crime. Village superstitions? They say you must not gaze upon Tenma Taro, but in the event that you do look, and then tell anyone what you saw, Tenma Taro will claim your soul. And that's something everyone here knows? Sounds like a bunch of baloney to me. Uh-huh. Everyone from babies to the village elders know about it. But I didn't because I'm not from around here. Hey, come to think of it. Huh? Why is everyone hiding their faces? Hey, you there! You must have stared at Tenma Taro like that! Lower your eyes! He'll steal your soul if you're not careful! Huh? Steal my soul? Seriously? The guy at the special event thing said almost the exact same thing. Apollo, do you think this L'Belle guy actually believes in Tenma Taro? I seriously doubt it. He's not even from Ninetails Vale. Then why would he try to keep Jinxie from talking? Good question. I think we'd better go have a word with him. Time to unmask this monster of a mystery. Last time I saw Mr. L'Belle, he was relaxing in the foyer. Bueno! Next up, the Manor foyer. With any luck, we'll be there waiting for us. We'll be there, he'll be there. Yeah, that's the one. Well, back to the foyer, we get instantly zapped. I haven't had to present anything to anyone yet. There's no one here. Guess our luck isn't so good when it comes to Mr. L'Belle. Maybe he's out for a walk or something. Somebody left something on the sill of the caretaker's office window. Oh, it's a TV program guide. Tenma Town Pro Wrestling, Howling Wolf vs. Pretty Boy Vampire. Blow-by-blow commentary by Timothy Twilight. What a great name. Married to Yokai? Repeat, episode 8. Wait, you're something human? Staring something vicious and Willy wait. Willy wait. Willy wait? I don't know. That's the question. Good puns! Fill in blocks. That's like above that. That's just such a pun, and basically like someone actually had to write all the stuff for this, so he's just put fill in blocks because that's probably the instructions they were given. I'm not even kidding. Right, we got here Peek-a-boo, I found you, yokai of the Amazon. Join the hunt for Tofu Taru, high protein yokai, fight cancer and disease. Really? Okay then. Well, I've examined that page a little bit too much now. Looks like someone circled a pro wrestling match. Hey, what do you think you're doing? Ah! It's a... Oh, Mr. Filch. What can we do for you? I bet she was going to scream, monster! Which really isn't much of a stretch. Ain't nothing I need you to do for me, but what business do you got with my TV listings? Oh no, it just caught my eye. Can I ask if you watched this pro wrestling program today? Yeah, it was a match between a couple of rank amateurs though. It was a complete disaster. I reckon even I could have done better than that. I seriously doubt that. The TV listings have been added to the court record. I wish they were more complete. Almost forgot. There's something I wanted to ask him. Mr. Filch, do you see anything unusual around the time of the murder? For example, Tenma Taro or something like that? Huh? Tenma Taro? God, this accent's killing everything. So do you see him? Ma, how clean shiny your forehead is again today, Mr. Lawyer, sir. I bet it's shining up every day real purty like. The ladies must love it. Don't change the subject. And FYI, that was a seriously bad attempt at flattery. Jinxie said she saw Tenma Taro flee toward the foyer. So you must have seen him too if you were here. Yipes. Wow, I really pushed the button there. Well, did you see anything or not? Ah, L'Belle, I presume. Looking like someone from Fist of the North Star a little bit. Or even JoJo's, when I think about it. More Fist of the North Star, I've got to say. That is quite enough. I must ask you not pester my friend anymore. Ah! Forgive me for being pestered, sir! And you are? I'm Florent L'Belle. Bois divine and personal aid to Mayor Damien Tenma. Beau divine? More like yokai grotesque. Haha! Nice one. Why did I laugh at that so weird? Whatever. This place is crawling with monsters. Oh, excuse you. Ah! What the heck was that for? It was just a little cologne. You had a look of stinky sweat about you. It's my own original brand of cosmetics called Je suis L'Belle. Oh, what a heavenly scent. I think you just paralyzed my olfactory receptors. I suppose such a scent would be difficult for a peasant to appreciate. I'll have you know that is brand number 5. Bonjour. It's my way of introducing myself. Enjoy. Where's my bottle of adieu so I can return the favour? Enough about the cologne. Please tell us what you saw around the time of the murder. Okay, that's one hell of a theme as well. Keeping Jinxie quiet. Why did you do that? I heard you're the one who told Jinxie not to mention that she saw Tenma Taro. Why, that little... So she told you she saw the demon, did she? Mr. L'Belle, do you mind if I ask whether you believe in the village superstitions? Oh, please. I was merely trying to keep with traditions. Nevertheless, I will say this. I wouldn't stick my nose into this whole Tenma Taro business if I were you. Bad things happen to those who do. That much is true. Here's one. Scary. A monster. That's crazy. You really expect me to believe that monsters are real? Well, you're real, and you sure look like a monster. Look who's talking! So, Mr. L'Belle, you didn't see Tenma Taro? Ah! Little Jinxie has an active imagination. Isn't that right, Phineas? That's right. I didn't see nothing. Especially not Tenma Taro. As for me, I only see things of beauty. That's why I can barely see you. I've got 2 words for this guy. Total freak. That's a bit rude, Apollo. He's just wearing a little bit too much powder, is what I say. Can I ask you what you were doing at the time of the crime? In other words, you'd like to hear my alibi. To think you suspect me of all people. Oh no, it's just a formality. We ask everyone to say, "Oh! How dare you doubt me? That's an affront to beauty itself. You obviously can't see straight. Like that spritz really helped. What were we doing, you ask? Go ahead, Filch, answer the question. At the time of the crime, we were, in his ear foyer. Exactly. Good answer, Filch. Good answer. Just repeating what you told. Youch! You've said quite enough. What is with these two? Great, now he's got me talking like that. Are we quite through here? I'm a very busy man, you know. Right, well, thanks for your help. So these two were in the foyer, but didn't see Tenma Taro. Come along, Filch. Where are we going? Alright, gotta practice them statements for tomorrow. Yikes! My eyes! You're going to dig your own grave with that big mouth of yours someday. What does he mean? Practice statements? Now, if you would excuse me, it's time to touch up my makeup. Apollo, I know this sounds strange. Miss L'Belle seems unusually preoccupied, I was going to say suspicious instead, with Tenma Taro. Really? How can you tell? Well, it's kind of hard to explain. You see, I can read people's emotions from the tone of their voice. You mean you have good ears? Something like that. People's emotions are expressed in the tone of their voice, and my ears can pick up on even the subtlest of tones for some reason. That's an interesting skill. What do you mean he's preoccupied with Tenma Taro? I'm not exactly sure, but it was like he was obsessed with the thought of Tenma Taro. That's what I picked up from his voice anyway. Everywhere we turn, it's Tenma Taro this, Tenma Taro that. Huh. We should go talk to the mayor too. Oh, should we? Sounds like a plan. We need to get to the bottom of that rumour about him wanting to release Tenma Taro. And so we move straight to the detention centre. Hopefully there's still visitors' time, and Mr. stands erect. He's always there. Something wrong, Apollo? Where did your enthusiasm go? What am I doing asking the mayor if he has ever thought about releasing Tenma Taro? At best, he'll think I'm an idiot. At worst, ugh. Oh, he's here! It's so nice to finally meet you. I'm Mr. Justice's partner, Athena Cykes. I'm looking forward to working with you, Mr. Tenma Taro.
Oh, yes. I look forward to working with you, too.
Ha!
Glad you didn't mind Athena calling him by a completely wrong name.
Apollo, he's just as kind and gentle looking as I'd imagined.
Lucky for you, after that blunder you just made.
There was something I wanted to talk to you about. There are rumors going around about how you want to, or did set, Tenma Taro free.
What utter nonsense! They always assume the worst of me because of the way I look. But those rumors don't have a shred of truth, I tell you.
A little touchy about his appearance, isn't he? What he really needs to work on are his people skills. Okay, time to talk. Tenma Taro's revival. So rumor has it that you want to push the merger through in order to release Tenma Taro. Of course, that's a bunch of baloney, isn't it? Ugh. Sorry. Sorry if I offended you.
So that's the talk around town, is it?
I can see how that would make you angry.
What if Jinxie's schoolmates start teasing her about this? Huh? I must break out of here at once! Her tormentors must be taught a lesson.
No, wait. First, we have to get you a not guilty verdict.
Don't try to stop me. This is about a father's duty to his darling daughter. Hold tight, sweet Jinxie. Daddy's coming to save you!
Relax. We'll look out for your door until we can get you free.
Is that so? You don't need me to go straighten things out myself?
Oh boy. They'd probably call in the SWAT team if you showed up at her school. Oh right. I ought to ask about the reason behind the merger. So why the merger? It seems like you were rather forceful in pushing for the municipal merger. Yes, aggressive is definitely how I do that statement that he said earlier. Did you really want Ninetails Veld that badly?
Yeah, well, it's quite an attractive prize in terms of tourism.
Oh, here we go. Wait, am I feeling what I think I'm feeling?
Sure, I played a bit of hardball, but only when I deemed it necessary.
I knew it. My bracelet's reacting. Was it, Apollo? Mayor Tenma may not be telling the whole truth. Really? How can you tell? People invariably tense up when they lie. That's where my bracelet here comes in. I can sense when the person I'm talking to is feeling tense. Because it begins to feel tight on my arm. No way! I get suddenly like worried, like when people with powers meet each other in this weird kind of way. Do they just like straight believe each other, or do they just not believe? My power is the only real power. I'm the only special one. You could do that? Wait, so you believe me? Just like that? Sure, each of us has our own special gifts. Oh yeah, Athena's a gift too. A special sense of hearing. Still, what do you think the mayor is lying about? I don't know, but it's our job to find out. It's been a while since my bracelet last reacted like this. Let's see if I still remember how to do this. First I touched my bracelet with the X button. Right, now let's give it a whirl. Do. Let's perceive. Yes, I remember this feeling of intense concentration, including the music, as we see him down the bottom right. The ability to see the smallest twitch, the slightest frown that no one else can see. Now Mayor Tenma was lying somewhere in that statement he just made. And when he lied, a sudden habit made itself clear just under his right eye. I just have to shift my viewpoint up and focus on that area. By that, it means this eye, right? It does count mirrors. Good. Alright, I've got him now. His tick should appear when he's trying to pull the wool over my eyes. I've got to pore over every word he says and wait for his tick to appear. And when it does, I'll perceive it. So yes, well is fine. It's quite an attractive prize. Okay, that's fine. But it somehow must be in terms of tourism then. Here we go. So time to perceive. And confirm. Whoops.
Gotcha!
Gotcha! Mr. Mayor, please, you can trust us with the truth.
The truth? I don't understand.
When you mentioned tourism, the bottom of your right eye started twitching.
What nonsense is this? So what if it did?
Please tell us more about your merger bid.
What more is there to tell?
Why are you really seeking to merge with Ninetails Vale?
I already told you. Tourism. The monster craze really revitalized the village, making it quite the prize.
You really don't trust us, do you?
What are you talking about? The village has been a hot property ever since the monster craze started, has it not?
I think you've yet to realize that what you're saying contradicts the facts. You say that the monster craze really revitalized Ninetails Vale, so you felt it would be an attractive prize for its tourism. But that would contradict this. Okay, what would it contradict? Something regarding it being tourism-ish. If only the heroes sparked the monster craze and saved Ninetails Vale from becoming a ghost town? I mean, that's the only thing that could be anything near tourism-like. So is it that why you want it? Not necessarily the tourism, but the trade around it and the wrestlers within it. I don't think any of the other bits mention tourism at all. It just seems to be mainly based along the side of wrestling. I'd have to say I'd go with that. It's the only thing that seems like very tangible at this point in time. So let's select that as our answer, I guess. I mean, we've only got another billion tries.
Take that!
The monster craze in Ninetails Vale is a very recent phenomenon. I'm correct. Good. It was sparked when the Amazing Ninetails rose up against the municipal merger. The village was practically a ghost town before then. So essentially, you started this uprise. Ugh. So you see, you couldn't have possibly seen it as an attractive prize for tourism. What's the real reason behind your push to merge Tenma Town with Ninetails Vale, huh? Well, we'll take our information and learn that perceiving is going to be a mechanic too. So why the merger? Are you ready to tell me the truth now?
Honestly, I never wanted to pursue the merger in the first place. But I had no choice if I wanted to protect my darling little Jinxie.
Protect her from what?
I received a threat. It said either I go through with the merger or my Jinxie dies.
What? How awful! Who would do such a thing?
I don't know. But whoever blackmailed me must be connected to the murder.
Wait, so you think the blackmailer and the killer could be one and the same?
Alderman QB was immensely popular, so you have to ask, who would want him dead? The blackmailer who wanted the merger at all costs had all the motive in the world.
But why go from blackmail to murder? The merger protest won't disappear just because the alderman was killed. Ah, could it be? What if there was another reason for the murder? Like what? Maybe the blackmailer discovered Alderman QB's secret identity, and his secret identity was a threat to the blackmailer's merger scheme. What do secret identities have to do with anything, Apollo? I have evidence revealing the Alderman's secret identity. Maybe it's time to use it. Okay, so we're going to present the mask by the sound of it then. So let's present that and find out more. Mayor Tenma, please take a look at this if you would.
That's the Amazing Ninetails mask. What is the meaning of this?
I am the... This mask is almost definitely at the crime scene. And there was some white hair inside.
White hair, you say?
There was but one person with white hair in the manor that day.
What? What are you saying?
You know which man I'm talking about, right?
I'm talking about Rex Cuby, the Amazing Ninetails himself.
No way!
The alderman was impossible.
Wait, come to think of it, Alderman QB was a former pro wrestler. So the blackmailer turned killer when he discovered the alderman's secret identity. Did I just say that? But yeah, the Amazing Ninetails was a threat to the blackmailer's scheme. He opposed the merger and as a result single-handedly sparked the monster craze. Even so, what was the mask doing at the crime scene? There had been an event at the manor. And maybe Alderman QB had taken part in it, if you get my drift.
This is absurd!
Mr. Mayor, do you have proof of the threat that was made against you?
Yes, a blackmail letter. Unfortunately, it disappeared after the murder. I'd been carrying it around in my briefcase, but now it suddenly vanished.
The blackmailer must have taken it with them after they killed the alderman. Well, at least we've clearly established the killer's motive.
Mayor Tenma, visiting hours are over. It would appear this meeting is adjourned.
Apollo, do you really think Tenma Taro that Jinxie saw is the killer?
I don't know.
All I know is there is no such thing as monsters. What about that newspaper article? Could the killer have purposely freed Tenma Taro to do their dirty work? Oh, come on! There wasn't any Tenma Taro to release in the first place! Yes, but the only suspects the police have right now are the mayor and a yokai.
We'll probably be arguing whether there was a yokai involved in court tomorrow.
I can already see that look of disbelief on the judge's face. Apollo, are you alright?
I'm fine. I'll figure something. I better, because I can't very well say a flying demon was the killer.
At this point, the only thing I know for sure is tomorrow is going to be one doozy of a trial. And so, the to be continued sign is thrown up. As indeed, tomorrow is when our trial will continue. Join me then, as we head to the courtroom, and the drama truly begins. I'll see you next time for more. Bye-bye.